Guys, so when I saw that first trailer for the Knuckles TV series, yo, I was hype. You can see my reaction to the trailer and the teaser on this channel. I was so excited to see the big red knuckle-filled Echidna. Man, that sounded weird, but I was so hyped to see him in this series, guys. And Idris Elba here to play the role of Knuckles. Listen, I'm so used to Sonic actors changing and actors having to fill in roles when a big actor can't step down to the TV series, but that was something so awesome for Idris Elba to come back and play Knuckles. We also have Adam Pally back to play his role, as well as Kid Cudi in a villainous role in this. We've got some cool people in this one, Ben Schwartz and Colleen O'Shaughnessey coming back to voice Sonic and Tails. Holy crap, we had a great cast in this, and I gotta say, the animation looks awesome. Knuckles looks pulled straight from the movie. Sonic looks great, with a couple of frames maybe look a little cheaper than the movies. For the most part, the animation is awesome, but I know why you clicked this video. You clicked this video so I can tell you the big issue I had with the Knuckles TV series. It's a pretty good series. I really enjoy Knuckles, of course. Idris Elba is great as our main character, the Red Echidna. He is so warrior-like. He is so devoted to his duty, and I love how they've stripped Knuckles' personality from the games and put it right into the movies and this TV show, guys. They did a great job of depicting the Red Echidna, the muscular warrior Echidna. Man, he is awesome in this role, and I love his line delivery in it as well. And I like Adam Pally too. I think he's fun in the Wade Whipple role. But my big issue with Knuckles is that we advertised this show to be a Knuckles show. Listen, the trailer had Knuck if you buck on that sucker. We had it looking like this was gonna be a great Knuckles mini-series, quick little couple of episodes focused on Knuckles. Well, I'm gonna be honest, there's so much focus on Wade. And that's one thing the Sonic movies did not do that Knuckles does. And it's unfortunate because the Sonic movies are about Sonic. Those movies are about Sonic discovering Green Hill and, of course, coming into the real world and discovering life outside of his own realm. Whereas Knuckles is a lot about Wade Whipple, and I thought that was an odd choice, especially with the marketing, because the trailers made it look like it was a Knuckles show. But man, you get about 2 or 3 episodes into this, and it's a lot about Wade. Honestly, I could have called this the Wade Whipple show because it was a lot about the human character. And that's just something that the Sonic movies haven't done. So it was a little disappointing for the Knuckles TV series to take that route. And even though I really loved Idris Elba's performance as Knuckles, and of course I do like the dynamic duo between him and Wade. I liked bringing Wade's mom and sister into the pack and making a found family for Knuckles, just like Sonic has the family with Tom and Maddie. Now Knuckles has people as well. But instead of choosing to focus on Knuckles integrating into their family, very much focuses on Wade Whipple stepping up for a challenge. And I thought that was such an interesting choice. I think Knuckles is such a interesting character with so much lore and so much backstory. He's the protector of the Master Emerald, and there are so many things to say about the Knuckles character. There's so many different routes you can go, and you could dive into his backstory. You could have him run out of their setting and get into some other trouble with his backstory, but they choose to tell this story so much about Wade Whipple, and I just think it is such a robbed opportunity to tell this story of Knuckles and give Knuckles, at least this version of Knuckles, some more backstory and to give him some more intrigue. Not that he didn't already have enough. It was awesome. I mean, the show gave it so much hype and it made it seem like it was gonna die more into Knuckles, with Wade, of course, along with the ride, but man, it just focuses so heavily on Wade. And you know what? It's got that same cheesy Sonic humor. So if you're not into like the super cheesy late 80s, 90s kind of cheese goofiness that goes on, you're gonna have some issues with it. There's kind of some humor problems, I would say, but for the most part, it's a decent series. I just wish it focused more on Knuckles. We have so much on Wade, and I know I'm like a broken record saying that. Jeez, I almost said record. I'm like a broken record saying that, but we had Rory McCann. If you don't know him, he's the Hound from Game of Thrones. We had him in this thing as like the overarching villain, and he barely has a role. I just think there are some missed opportunities with the Knuckles series that could have panned out to be something incredibly fun, very lore-filled, gave us a lot of Knuckles, but instead we get a lot about Wade, and we really dive more into his story, his background. I'm like, I want to hear more Knuckles. Like, I'm watching the Knuckles show for more Knuckles. So while I had fun with Knuckles as a character, I thought he was great. Idris Elba was awesome. I liked the duo between him and Wade. I thought their adventures were pretty fun. I just think the story focus should have been a lot more on Knuckles. And that, for me, really tore away from loving this series, because if it was mostly about Knuckles, I would have loved it, guys. Because if we would have told it from the angle of Knuckles having to find his way in the world and finding a family along the way, I would have loved that, but that's just not quite the angle they take. And I'm sorry, I hope I didn't spoil too much for anyone. I've tried not to dive into too deep into spoilers. There's also an episode in the pack that I didn't really love, where they make some choices musically where I was just like, okay, maybe we could have skipped that. And yeah, Wade's adversary, kind of a goofball, like not even goofy in like a fun way, kind of just this kooky, weird guy. I don't know. I really wish it focused more on Knuckles. But what we did get, I did enjoy. I had a good time. I think it's fun with the family. If you really like the Sonic series, you're gonna like Knuckles. But I want to love it just like I loved Sonic 1 and 2, and I think there's so much potential if there was just more Knuckles. Guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Are you looking forward to the Knuckles TV series? I hope I didn't burst your bubble. It's definitely still worth checking out if you're a Sonic fan. And hey, if you're new to this channel, Sonic fans, hit that subscribe button, y'all. We'll have more content on Sonic around the corner, and y'all, we'll see you next time on Geekly Goods.